What's going on, y'all? Welcome to this month's State of the Bay. This month we got a lot to talk about as far as what the flounder, redfish, speckled trout, and even jack crevalle are doing this month and the tactics y'all need to be able to go out there and catch those fish. We're also going to talk about all the events that we have going on for the month of August. So if y'all are looking at getting into a tournament or something like that, we're going to tell y'all what we got going on. But before we get into all of that, we got to give thanks and shout outs to our sponsors here of the channel. Without our sponsors, a lot of this stuff would not be possible. So our first sponsor is going to be the YAKTICS. If you're looking for a fishing kayak rental service, be sure to reach out to the YAKTICS. They have pedal drive kayaks starting at $80. These are 6-hour trips that come fully loaded with everything you need to be able to get out there on the water. Rod, reels, nets, fish finders, literally everything. They will bring the kayaks to you, or if you don't know exactly where to go, they offer a guide service, so they'll come out there with you, take you fishing, do all of that. They also have a direct line on their Facebook page, or you can message them and they will respond to you pretty quickly. So if you're looking for kayak rentals or you want to get out there, try kayak fishing, be sure to reach out to the YAKTICS. Our next sponsor is Cetacea Swamp. I've been going to Cetacea Swamp for years for all of my tackle needs. They have a lot of tackle over there that you cannot get anywhere else unless maybe you order it online. One would be Death Grip jig heads, which are some of the best jig heads on the market, but they also carry Texas Double D's, Beach Slicks, Lil Slicks, literally all sorts of lures that are really, really hard to find. Rocky Brooks is a fisherman himself. He runs that shop and he stocks his shelves with the things that fishermen need to be able to get on the fish in our area. So y'all be sure to head over to Goshen, Mississippi, see Rocky Brooks at Cetacea Swamp, and get you some good tackle. Our next sponsor is GILES Custom Installations. GILES Custom Installations services the Baldwin County area with remodeling and construction needs. They do beautiful work. I know Drew Giles personally, have known him for years, and he takes a lot of pride in the things that he does. So if you're looking at a service to come through and do maybe some remodeling at your home, be sure to reach out to Giles Custom Installations and let them know that Southern Salt sent you. Our next sponsor is Total Backing Safety. If you have a company or job site in which you're needing safety audits or safety classes taught out there and having some of your employees certified, be sure to reach out to Travis Bond with Total Backing Safety. He has a ton of experience in the field and is certified to be able to head out to your job site, teach classes, or provide safety audits to your company. But yeah, reach out to Travis Bond with Total Backing Safety for all your safety needs. And our last sponsor is HAMMERHEAD Kayaks. If you're looking to get into a new kayak or to start kayak fishing, be sure to go down to Theodore and see HAMMERHEAD Kayaks. Eddie Murphy down there will fit you with the kayak that you need. They have all sorts of pedal drive and paddle kayaks. So if you're looking for a kayak, be sure to go down there, reach out to Eddie Murphy with HAMMERHEAD Kayaks, and let them know we sent you. All right, so getting into the event section of State of the Bay, we have several events that are coming up in August, and we actually got a few that are coming up next weekend. So first up is going to be the Bayou La Battery Kayak Classic. Now, if you're familiar with the old Bayou La Battery Classic, it used to be a one-day event. There was an in-person weigh-in, all that. Well, they have reformatted their tournament, and it is now going to be an online tournament, 2 days. So it's going to be catch, photo, release, and that's going to be powered through Fishing Chaos. So that is going to be August 6th and the 7th. So this has always been a really, really fun tournament that I've fished in the past. I look forward to fishing this one as well. Also, on the 6th and 7th, the same dates, is going to be the Condi Cavaliers Fishing Rodeo. I believe they got a lot of offshore species as well as inshore species. So pretty nice little tournament, little rodeo right there. That's going to be the 6th and the 7th. So check that out. Another tournament that we got going on at the end of the month is going to be the SaltwaterFanatics 7th Annual Inshore Championship. I believe that's the 27th and 28th. So last weekend of the month. This is a tournament I look forward to every year. Justin Fadala does an amazing job putting it on. But this year they got a redfish category that is putting out a $10,000 first place prize. So I am super stoked to be able to get out there and compete for that. But yeah, those are the events that we got going on in the Mobile Bay for the month of August. So getting into the reason why all of y'all are probably here, and that's to find out what the fish are doing right now. So speckled trout, redfish, and flounder. First thing we're going to talk about is speckled trout. So it's August. The water temps are about as hot as they're ever going to be this year. I'm getting a lot of readings around like 91 degrees. So that's really, really hot water. And speckled trout are not a very hardy fish, right? They're very temperamental. They don't like dealing with extreme heats, extreme colds. With that being said, there are a couple of things that you can do to better your chances at being able to go out there and catch more speckled trout. One, the major thing is to focus your efforts right there at sun up. I would be in position 10-15 minutes before the sun comes up in your best spot, and work the sun up bite, and then also sundown right there about an hour before the sun goes down and disappears. Be in your best spot, start working through there. Those are going to be your best times to catch speckled trout. Outside of that, I would focus on areas that produce a lot of shade. For me, one of the best areas is going to be bridge spans. So like Dauphin Island down there, the bridge that comes out, you got a lot of good shade and shadows that's produced by that bridge, and those speckled trout are going to hang out on that shadow line. So fishing areas with shade like docks, bridges, stuff like that. With that being said, these fish are not really feeding on big baits. If you're out there throwing big swim baits or giant flukes or whatever, you're probably not going to get the bites you're looking for. But if you downsize that bait, look at more like your 3.5-inch paddle tails, 3 to 4 inch flukes, finesse lures, dart baits, things like that. Also, you don't want to do anything that's too erratic. A nice, steady, slow retrieve. You know, especially in the heat of the day, if you focus on a slower, steady retrieve, it's going to get more bites than just ripping something through the water. Now, first thing in the morning might be quite the opposite. You know, this time of year, I would definitely go out there and play with your retrieves in the mornings, you know, evenings, things like that. Working your lure slow, switching it up, going fast until you can find something that's triggering these speckled trout and getting them to bite. Next up is redfish. So if you're fishing for redfish, I would focus my efforts in the marsh systems. As pretty typical, that's year round. I'm going to fish for redfish in our marsh systems around like Heron Bay, Bayou La Battery, West Fowl River, the Causeway, areas like that. Now, with that being said, going into August, or like I said, our water temperatures are 91 degrees. I would focus fishing on the main creeks that service the marsh systems. Typically in the cooler months, I would go into the fingers, into the smaller creeks, and fish kind of in those backwaters for redfish. But this time of year, the heat just sucks the oxygen out of that water. You got a lot of plant growth that's happening in there, a lot of algae, and there's just, like I said, not a lot of oxygen. So I'm not saying you couldn't catch redfish back there, but you certainly have a better opportunity at finding more redfish in the major creeks and rivers that feed the marsh systems. Now, lures. I can't seem to get away from the bugs redfish curltail jig right now. That thing has been killer, and mainly because in the summer, you get a lot of plant growth that happens in these marsh systems. A lot of that thick grass mats, things like that. And so this lure is weedless, has a rattling chamber, and I'm throwing it out there in that thick grass, and I'm just ripping it, popping it out of the grass. And those redfish that are kind of hanging out in there, when they see that thing pop through the grass, it's just a reaction strike. It's on, and they just inhale it. So that's what I would be throwing right now, and that's kind of the deal for redfish, and will be probably until close to the end of September or so. Getting into flounder, flounder fishing this year has been, I think I said the same thing last year, but it's been better than any year I've ever seen. The flounder are super, super thick. For flounder, I would focus on, as typical, focus on fishing sandy mud bottom areas around the marshes, fishing docks, and then fishing rock jetties. Now, for me, fishing on a high tide, I'm gonna focus on marsh. Low tide, I'm gonna fish all around deeper water structure like docks, bridge pilings, things like that. And then right there in the middle of the tide cycle, I'll focus around rock jetties and so on and so forth. A couple of lures that I've been using and continue to use for years is going to be a gulp grub, as well as the Fish Bites Dirty Boxers, a really, really good grub. Really, any kind of grub that has a curl tail on it, I'm putting that on a quarter-ounce death grip jig head. Now, if you're in deeper water, obviously you need to increase that weight. I'm typically fishing for flounder in less than 5 foot of water, so a quarter-ounce serves me perfectly. And yeah, that any kind of grub with a long tail and a little bit of scent is going to be killer for flounder. And then lastly, this time of year, we get a lot of jacks that run into our bays, and there's a couple of ways you can target them. If you're running out there by boat, just run around your bays. You'll see them. They're creating like tidal waves as they get bait corralled up and stuff like that. You'll certainly see them out there running around and doing their thing. But for targeting the jacks, huge top water poppers are amazing, or huge swim baits, anything like that is going to be certain to get a hookup. But yeah, that is this month's State of the Bait. I hope y'all found this content helpful. If it was, hit the like button, comment, share this segment, and we will see y'all next time.